Mandy is my hero. She's an empath. She empathizes with the Ugly Dolls, and she sees something very special in them, even when they don't see it in themselves. And yeah, she's a nurturer. She's strong. She's confident. She's also insecure, but I think she goes on this journey with them, and she comes out a better person. Mandy lives at the Institute of Perfection. Yeah, there are other dolls who live there who are perfect, you know, and their whole lives are dedicated to being perfect and dedicated to impressing Lou, who is the leader of the Institute of Perfection. He runs it. Lou is the leader of the Institute of Perfection. He's like the president there. He's a god to them. They worship him, they love him. They live their whole lives to like impress him, and they think that he is going to be in control of their destiny, and he will be the one that gets them to their proper home and their proper child, and everything will be perfect. And Lou has the key to making their lives perfect. And Mandy sees right through him. You know, I think that she is a little brainwashed by Lou a few times, but, you know, she sees through him, and she doesn't like how he treats the Ugly Dolls. She thinks he's a bully, and she actually thinks he's pretty obnoxious. Mandy helps the Ugly Dolls because she sees herself in them. She never really fit in at the Institute of Perfection. You know, she's not perfect. She knows that. I don't think she wants to be, but I think because of the culture there at the Institute of Perfection, she feels like she has to be. But when she meets the Ugly Dolls, they awaken something in her. She's like, this is my tribe. This is my group of people that I can just be weird with. You know, I don't have to be perfect. You know, I can let my wall down. You know, when I signed on to do this, I knew it was going to be fun, and I love the message. Multiple messages that, you know, weird is beautiful, you know, different is to be celebrated. There's something I live by that's in line with this movie, but embracing the things that make you unique, even if it makes others uncomfortable. I think that shines through. Yeah, I was very excited to be aligned with something, you know, that I live. You know, I really make it a choice to make music and to take on projects that celebrate the marginalized voices and those who are considered weird and different and dirty and outcast. I see myself in that. I grew up feeling like that at times, and I think that if I would have had more movies like Ugly Dolls, more, you know, animations like Ugly Dolls, I think it would have been a lot more easy for me to walk in my uniqueness. Yeah. I think that families and audiences that come and watch the film, whether you're a child or a grandparent or an aunt or uncle or mom or dad, sister, brother, I think that it's a movie for everyone to get inspired by, because I do think that we go through awkward stages in our lives. Hell, I'm going through one right now. You know, as you're trying to grow and you're trying to make decisions on what type of person you want to be, and, you know, if you're going to trust your gut versus like what everyone else says you should be doing. And I think that we all are faced with those questions. You know, also, are we going to protect the misfits and the outcasts and those who can't stand up for themselves? I think that these are just like fundamental questions, but it's such a fun and musical experience that you don't think about those things, but they're like in there. It takes you on this fun journey of what it means, again, to celebrate your weirdness and celebrate just being different and being unique. Unbreakeable is a duet that I have with Kelly Clarkson, and I love her so much. She killed it. It's just a reminder that we are going to fall. We're going to get knocked down. We're going to have people say mean things about us. There are times that we may not believe in ourselves. But that song, when you listen to it, when you put it on, I hope that you feel like you can stand taller, that you can get right back up and you can press forward and keep moving on. You know, you're only down for so long. It's about how you get up and how quickly you can get up. And just remember that you are unbreakable.
First of all, I was pretty excited when I just got asked to do Ugly Dolls. I was excited because I'd seen, you know, kind of what the concept of the movie was, and I was like bawling because I thought it was so sweet, but it was also fun. And then they told me I had Moxie, who was like a leading role in it. So I was like, well, that's rad because I've never really done this before. So I was pretty stoked. And honestly, I was stoked because I felt like I wouldn't really have to act much because her character is very similar to mine in real life. So she's a little bit more over the top, just a tiny bit. But no, I was just excited. Like she was such a positive role model, and I have kids, so it was a really cool thing to. And she was pink, which my 4-year-old daughter was very excited about. So Moxie is basically the word hope. Like she's just super hopeful, super optimistic. You know, always half glass full, and even when things are like really, really down, she's just there to be like the cheerleader of hope. And anyway, it was just her whole thing is she wants to go to the big world because she wants to be the doll for a little girl. She wants to be, or boy, she just wants to be. Have a purpose, I guess, you know, and that's where she feels like her purpose is to be found by, you know, a human and get to be their doll. So it's a really, like, emotionally, it's a roller coaster ride, like, throughout the movie. Because I know it's an animated film, but like you'll totally cry. But it's just got a lot of heart. It's got a lot of really great songs and music. And she's just a firecracker. She's Moxie. Yeah, she has Moxie. The theme of the film for me personally is I like that we keep saying like weird is celebrated. But at the same time, it's like, what is weird? Like, you know, unique is cool. Like it means that you're one of a kind, that there's no one like you. And I feel like sometimes we all kind of try and fit molds and do things to ourselves to look perfect or like other people, and it's like, just be good in your skin, you know? You're the only one that got that skin. You're the only one. Like that already makes you super special. So I love that it celebrates, especially as a mom of 4 kids, I love that it celebrates the fact that we are all different, the fact that, you know, and I know we get funny in the film with like things coming out of the head and like really, you know, they've gone overboard with the differences. But, you know, even like, you know, people, if you have a prominent nose, it's awesome you have a prominent nose. That's what makes you unique. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like it's if you have bigger eyes than other people, well, that's amazing. That's beautiful. Like, you know, I feel like we look at things aesthetically sometimes and we just see not perfect, and it's just because what we've been told is perfect. But it's very silly because really there is no perfect human being. The fact that I get to sing in the film was pretty much one of the main reasons why I signed on, just because I'd always wanted to play a character and also get to sing the songs. And those are all the things I grew up on, and I want my kids to be able to do that as well. Like, and it's pretty cool. They're already really into the songs they've heard from the movie. But the songs they're great. They're empowering. It's kind of straight up out of a Kelly Clarkson catalog. Like, they're all very empowering and just highlighting the fact that it's okay that you're you. And it's an awesome thing that you get to be you. And it's just kind of just a positive spin. It's just, I don't know, I feel like there could be like a lot of darkness sometimes. So it's just it's well done though. It's not super cheesy. Like I was afraid it was gonna be super cheesy, and it wasn't. It's well done in the sense that there's the humor, like in the songs, makes it less like, you know, oh, we're all optimistic. But it's just it's a beautiful array of songs, and there's some funny ones, like Nick Jonas's The Ugly Truth is pretty funny. It's horrible, but it's funny. And then I get to sing with Janelle Monae on Unbreakeable and Broken and Beautiful, which is amazing. I love that song, which Pink wrote. So, And then Couldn't Be Better Than This was amazing too, because all the characters are kind of singing it, and it's kind of a common theme like throughout the film. You know, I think the cool thing about Ugly Dolls is that families have to look forward to the fact that you all can go. One, it's like one of those animated films that's not just for kids, it's for adults too. Like, it's funny. And it's just got so much heart to it. Like, it's got a fun story, it's colorful. Like, especially our toddlers, like, they love anything colorful and big, and the songs are like huge, like, and there's really sensitive moments too, and intimate ones. So it's just a really kind of all-around feel-good film. And it's really a great thing just for kids and parents just to get to kind of connect to. There's not a lot of things. Usually it's like, this is adult time and this is kid time, and this is like one of those things that can be both. There's a song called Unbreakeable, and Janelle Monae and I sing that. She plays Mandy in the movie, and Mandy is from Perfect Town, like, and I'm from Uglyville. So she's kind of at this point, you know, trying to be the cheerleader. Like, Moxie's been the cheerleader the whole film. Like, she's the one that's kind of holding it down for everybody and being very positive. But in this one moment in this song, like, it's more Mandy kind of putting a mirror in front of her and showing her who she is. And it's really, really sweet, and it's big. And it's just a cool song. It's a perfect amount of like kid animated, but also like radio friendly. It's kind of very pop. So. Broken and Beautiful is one of my favorite things I've ever been able to record. One, because Pink wrote it, and I'm a huge Pink fan. And two, just because there couldn't have been a more perfect song written for the whole theme of this movie. And broken meaning not damaged. Broken just meaning, you know, we all have backgrounds, we all have things, we all have it doesn't necessarily mean that you're broken forever, it's just you're working on it. Everybody's under construction, right? So I love that it matches the theme of the movie so well. And Pink is a phenomenal writer and singer, so it was really cool to be able to sing one of her songs. I think the film is all the adjectives. It's bright, it's fun, it's musical, it's family friendly, it's got a lot of heart. It's just a fantastic film. It's fun. It sounds amazing. Like the musical numbers are amazing. And it's funny. It's just got some really good humor to it, which I love as a parent. Because sometimes you're watching animated films with your kids and you're like, this is never going to end. And it's awesome when like parents can enjoy it as well as kids.
I think one of the main things that I was drawn to about Ugly Dolls as a film, as a story, is this message of accepting who you are and knowing that, you know, the things about us that are different are the things that make us unique and special. And anytime I can find a way to bring a positive, I think, important message to my fans around the world, I'm thrilled to get to do that. But then to be a part of a movie like this that's so full of color and life and really tells a story I think we need to tell, and to get to be Lou, because, you know, after all, he is perfect, or so he thinks, which you got to go see the movie to see what really happens. I always say if I haven't had my coffee in the morning, I can be a bit of a villain. So it wasn't hard. I just went into the voice recording sessions without coffee, and I was right in there. It was perfect. But with Lou, it's a little more complex than that. You know, I think that deep down, he really just wants to be loved and accepted for who he is, and you know, even seeing through all the perfect hair, perfect clothes, he's got a lot of things about him that he needs to change to evolve and become a better person. And you know, we see that journey unfold in this film. I would equate the process of singing in a film like this to musical theater, which is where I started. And you know, you're acting as a character singing a song, so it's very different than when I'm recording a song on my own with my brothers, where it's me as the artist. You know, so you have to think in the brain of the character. And with this song in particular, it's got a great beat, an overall fun vibe, and you know as you're listening to it, they're going to animate some great stuff around it. So I just try to give it a lot of flair, and give it all that Lou pizzazz, and it turned out really great. But the song itself is basically about how if you're not perfect, you gotta go, which is not necessarily how I feel, and as you watch the movie, you'll see that Lou evolves and kind of understands that there's more to it. I think families have a great movie in the theater to look forward to. This is one of those movies that the scale of it and the vibrant colors and everything else are really going to play so well on the big screen. So it's one you must go see in the theater. And you know, I think opening weekend even, just go be in the seat like it's a rock concert, because it's so many of your favorite musicians and pop stars and country stars. You want to feel like you're right there.
Ugly Dog is somebody that is all about fun, enjoying, escaping, getting loose, losing his mind, and one that really doesn't care what people think about him. I think he's somebody that also motivates and inspires Moxie, and that's why what I love about Ugly Dog is that that's the way I feel that the world should be. Not worry about what everybody else thinks about them, and just love themselves enough to just always enjoy and find no problems, just solutions. Well, what I love about the project, the movie, and just being involved in it, I think it's a perfect time, perfect storm for what's going on in the world right now, especially for the kids. And what do I mean by that is we're living in a society that's all about instant gratification and perfection, which both of them don't exist. So when you have kids that are worried about followers and likes, you know, this movie is all about who cares, you know, it's not about following, it's not about being liked, it's about being a leader, it's about being unique, it's about being different. So when you take the word ugly and you break it down, it's really you gotta love yourself. And that's what I love about this movie, and being able to be, you know, ugly dog, and also, you know, a little bit of slick dog. I think it's gonna be a whole lot of fun, and more than anything, an amazing message at an amazing time. I think any collaboration that has to do with entertainment, you know, it's all about you just being yourself. You know, that's what the movie's about, that's what the character's about. And when you bring that to the table, you bring your own style, you bring your own, you know, pizzazz to what the project embodies. So to be able to work with all the amazing people involved in this movie, whether Clarkson, Jonas, you have also Blake Shelton, there's so many people involved, and I apologize if I forgot your name. But everybody here I know have earned their stripes and paid their dues, and they're respected in their fields. So for us to come together, we're like the UglyDolls, I don't know, X-Men almost. We all bring our own powers to the table.